Maybe we don't see the bad no actions when we see everything through these broken rose tinted glasses. We don't know what we're doing till we see a reaction, face no consequences until it's been in its happened. People say that they regrets can fight and fucking nothing, and that just means that lies inside it, they're hiding something. But if you couldn't hide it, they find it, then you start running down the boulevard. But there's part of you that's who wanted you to get caught, 'cause you deserve it. But even if you get away, then damn, I guess you earned it. 'Cause then you live with pain in your brain, feeling worthless. Got the worm wiggling in brain, was it worth it? Like damn, was it worth it? Everybody dies, that means everybody. Everybody dies, that means everybody. When I say everybody dies, that means everybody dies. I said everybody dies, you've been a. Everybody cries, that means everybody. Everybody lies, that means everybody. I said everybody tries, I mean everybody dies. I said everybody dies, I mean everybody. Everybody lies, I mean everybody. I said everybody cries, I mean everybody. I mean everybody tries, everybody dies. Everybody dies, I said everybody dies if you pin them. Everybody cries, that means everybody. Everybody lies, that means everybody. I said everybody tries, I mean everybody dies. I said everybody dies, I mean everybody. Everybody lies, I mean everybody. I said everybody cries, I mean everybody. I mean everybody tries, everybody dies. Okay. Another thought. I really ain't here with you now. I'm stuck on my thoughts. Know what to fear in it now, but don't disappear in it now. Don't know what I want. Don't know where I'll go. Don't know what it costs. Don't know what I owe. Don't care what it lasts. As long as I'm hot, I can't seem to think straight. No, thoughts, dreams, they all break. No, rock cleaner, not bought dreams. No, I can't sleep and then slay. Too deep in this day. The future's dark when I lay. Yeah, my future's dark when I lay. Early death in my day. Yeah, maybe should color quiz. Maybe I've been pushing it. Maybe need a clean break. Need a clean slate. Need some green days. Need the dopamine to release without the green waste. Better retaste pink pills on a fucking weekday for my weekends. And I don't ever see another one. Cause my time spent. Don't ever spend all your pennies in one weekend. She said you can pretend, you can depend on it. You can go and put up defense where you descend to the deep end. It don't really matter in the end. It's about yo. Motherfucking just speaks. And he whispered in my ear, it ain't shit you wanna hear. It's a voice that you should fear, not me. To fear all the voices in my mind, it would take a long time. What a waste of my life, not me. Yeah, all the voices in my head think I'm better off dead. Well, fuck 'em, I've bled my fate. Yeah, well, not me. Yeah, the voices said that speaks. And he whispered in my ear, it ain't shit you wanna hear. It's a voice that you should fear, not me. To fear all the voices in my mind, it would take a long time. What a waste of my life, not me. Yeah, all the voices in my head think I'm better off dead. What, fuck 'em, I've bled my fate. Yeah, well, not me. The voices said you've gone too far. I'm here to tell you who you are, who you were, what you done and what you come so far. I'm everything everything you could've been, would've been, should've been. You just mad it up and quit again, or take another hit again. Admit you hit this pit again, commit to the rip. If I hit, use a wit, you spit this weird. Admit the hypocritical mix of friends that don't fit, to contradict your every conviction. A minute this lives like a cigarette lit, I'm your every regret. Every upset person you made, every virgin you've laid, every single person you hate, every single version you made. Above yourself, your mental health, the mental wealth, and the burden, shoulders burst and then carry your sway. Ever forget, I'm your every success, every single percent, every single falling, appalling thing that you said, every drawing a sand. All to this, all of it's led, this is your descent, the karma from the voice in your head. And I won't stop till you're dead, I won't stop till you're dead, I won't stop till you're dead, yeah, I won't stop till you're dead, I won't stop till you're dead, I won't stop till you're dead, nah. Yeah, they said death speaks, and he whispered in my ear, it ain't shit you wanna hear, it's a voice that you should fear, not me. To fear all the voices in my mind, it would take a long time, what a waste of my life, not me. Yeah, all the voices in my head think I'm better off dead, well fuck 'em, I've bled my fate. Yeah, it was not me. Yeah. Man, I just don't know, and I drove too fast and I know through the road, now I got nowhere to go. Yeah. Man, I just don't know, and I drove too fast and I know through the road, now I got nowhere to go. Okay. Man, I'm lost, looking for a four-leaf clover, no hope, it's all over, stuck in Toko, going on this road that I don't know if it's going anywhere, probably a dead end with a razor, there's snowflakes lying in the pavement, it's the pavement, sitting on my haven, body in my vacant, also losing lane, shit, too late to save it. Faded and people are fading away by the day, it's okay, I expected the decay and move on to be along in a matter of days, I'm just saying I'm a space invader. Never wanna stick around in town, I'm in and out, detaching my surroundings and my feelings now. Move about too often to be getting emotion, gone quicker than promotionals. Down. Promotionals. Keep getting emotional. Man, I just don't know when I drove too fast and I know through the road, now I got nowhere to go. Man, I just don't know when I drove too fast and I know through the road, now I got nowhere to go.
What like happened to you in the room? So that's why you're here? Okay. You don't have to talk. If you like don't want to show something. Wait, where are you going?
Welcome to Unethical Podcast.
At just 12, these two girls nearly took another classmate's life. Last May, they lured her to a fellow passenger on a Greyhound bus basically walking the streets of Winnipeg unsupervised. And the decision is causing concern. Vincent is schizophrenic and was found not criminally responsible.
Hey, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to
You hear me?
Unethical
Guys.
Podcast Live. We can hear you. Welcome to
Yay.
JonBenet Part 2.
Hi, guys.
Before we get started, remember to click the link if you want to share your comments with your name and your photo. Just click that link and give StreamYard your permissions, and then we can share your comments, okay? Now, you can contribute to the conversation. You can ask us questions. We just want to get to know you a little bit today, guys, and we want you to get to know us a little bit. Whatever you want. Sky is the limit. Tally and Christy are going to be taking charge today, and I hope everyone has a lot of fun. We're all really excited. I'm Celeste.
I'm Richard.
And these are the rest of them. Sorry, there was a lag. I was like, nobody gonna do it?
We're here.
Cool. That's
Hi.
fine.
I was gonna let you guys introduce yourself
Can you
before I
guys hear
introduce
me? I'm
myself.
sorry.
We can hear you. Christy, we're good.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yes.
Going live's awesome. I'm excited. I'm excited for everyone to
Is
watch
Tally
us too.
there?
This is great. Everyone's here.
Hello, I'm Tally. Mr. Tally Hall, the host of Little Miss Unethical.
Sick.
In case you guys didn't realize that.
Okay, let's just
Great.
jump right into it, you guys. Christy and Tally, do you want to give us a little recap of part 1?
What?
No. Can you guys not hear Celeste or
Oh,
something?
this is going really well.
Yeah, this is. It doesn't matter. It's
No,
fine.
yeah, I can hear.
Oh, okay. Good. Do you guys want to give us
Okay, do
the
you
day after Christmas, 1996, 6-year-old JonBenet Ramsey was found murdered in her home. And her parents phoned the police after finding a ransom note pertaining to a kidnapping of JonBenet Ramsey, and the ransom note was 3 pages long. So it's pretty intense.
Yeah, it's a crazy note. Like, you got to go back and read listen to the other episode to get the full blowdown of that note. But it's nuts. Are we?
Is Rick there? Rick, are you there? Or
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can
Can
hear
anyone else
everybody.
hear me?
Everybody
Okay.
should. That's good. Getsy's our
I'm here
guest
and
today.
I
Okay.
can hear you guys fine.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect.
Yeah, I can hear everybody fine too. Okay, you guys, Richard was having
Okay,
some
we can hear
problems.
you. I can hear you now.
Change your camera settings to a lower setting if you're having problems. It'll help. I'm so glad
Sorry,
there are
guys,
only 3 viewers right now because we are
Okay.
pooching this.
It's our first time living. People understand. It's a podcast is fair, edited and
Okay,
everything's put
They'll
together
be
properly.
forgiving.
But
It's fine. It's fine.
Well, we can just blame the Australian government for their shitty internet. So it's not on us; it's on the Australian government at this point.
Blame the ruse.
you can blame me if you want. I have
Excuse
shitty
me,
internet
Richard.
too.
Richard is just as bad. Richard is just as bad.
If not worse, probably. My internet's trash.
No,
My
you're good.
internet. I asked my my internet service provider if I could get just like, it's a guy who runs a server because my town doesn't have. But anyway, so I'm like, dude, what do I got to do to get better internet? He's like, there's nothing you can do, man. There's zero you can do. So that we're stuck with the way it is. Yeah.
Okay, well, we lost Christy, so I am now one of the hosts of Unethical. So I'm
One
gonna
of them
switch
bites
hats. And I'm switching over. Yeah, I went from guest to I now own the podcast. So thanks for having me on, guys.
It's good to see Gets I don't want to replace Christy, but I mean, if we had to replace Christy, it wouldn't be anyone else. I don't think. You know, those shades.
I love that. Thank you. I'm outside. Yeah, I figured I'd take this one from outside.
You look good. You look great.
Thank you.
You too,
Thank
Celeste.
You like the baby? You like the baby blue?
Yeah, man. Celeste, you're looking good too. You still got your tiara on. I'm trying to put mine on for the rest of it, but I can't find my tape, and my head is too big for this tiara. So it may or may not. I might be fiddling with it for the entire time. If I do it,
Hey, no. It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
If I see Rick let us down and did not head out to Walmart to buy a child's tiara again.
All right, listen. I have the tiaras. I have to be honest. I'm not at my house. I don't have the tiaras with me. Just be happy I have my laptop and I have my microphone with me. I made sure of that. I forgot the tiaras.
There's
don't you tell me how to feel.
One job gets you at one job.
Yeah, dude. One.
All right, I just want to say for the audience that this time shifted on me 3 times. So I am here. I am ready to be live.
You're looking good.
And Christy's back.
Hey guys,
Hi.
Sorry, my computer is absolutely shitting itself, so I'm gonna have to use my iPad.
You
Perfect.
sound great.
Okay, good.
Perfect.
Yeah. Hey, audience, leave us a comment. Come on, I want to. Who's out there? Who's listening? What's going on?
Yeah. If anyone's been listening to the show and stuff, I'd like to hear from them too. This is cool.
Yeah. Sorry, just give me 2 secs while I rearrange all my shit.
Yeah, and
Christy, you can't say sex. We're live.
Oh. The light is way too bright.
Yeah, and then we'll.
Wait, am I not supposed to curse on here?
I don't.
No, swearing is okay. Sexuality is not.
Got it. I will keep it. I will keep it non-sexual this time.
Oh man.
Hi, Carly. Welcome. She bit the first bullet. How you doing, girl?
She's
That's a friend of yours, ain't it, Dick?
Yeah, she's the one who wrote the article in the paper, actually.
Oh, cool.
Oh, what up?
Yeah, so it's good. Good gal.
I've never
Huge
been
bush.
in print before.
Huge bush.
Huge bush. Speaking
Make
of
sure
huge
if you're getting
bushes,
screenshots, you get one of me looking at the camera.
Glen Park. Hi.
There you go.
Hey, Ben.
Ben's here.
Look at your cute baby.
Yeah, he's got a cute little baby, but his baby's older now. Ben's another friend of mine.
We're glad that you guys are here today.
Yeah, welcome.
Yeah, Ben, you should update your picture with your baby now. She's probably like taller than you now, Benny boy. Haha, short joke.
Shots fired.
I love you, Benny boy.
I didn't get it at first. Like,
All right, so
How come Rick gets
All right,
to wear
let's,
his size? I'm gonna put mine on.
He's outside.
so
I'm
how many
outside.
people do we have listening? How many people do we have watching right now?
Well, you guys, I have very good news. We have, in fact, 4.
Yay!
that's good.
Okay.
Almost as many hosts.
Well, I don't know. Should I just redo the summary
4 big
because that
ones.
summary sucked, and I went and got my notes. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, we
Let's
can
do
hear you
it.
for sure. Do it, yeah.
Okay. I'm like, wow, no one's answering. Okay. Nom. So JonBenet was found murdered in her home the day after Christmas when her folks found a 3-page ransom note that same morning. Police had no control over the crime scene originally. They just let friends and neighbors trample on in and out. While they were having John and Patsy, the parents, basically retrace their steps the last 24 hours. So, and then not shortly. It was like all day. So 9 hours of recounting, restating, asking the same questions over and over again. The lead investigators and police left. One detective in the home to kind of wrap things up. And her name was Linda Arndt. And at that time, the only thing around was the ransom note. So she was investigating that and told John and his friend to go like search the house for anything missing or out of place. So, you know, when a family member is killed, especially a child, it's usually someone they know or someone in the family. So they let the main suspect, you know, at the time just walk through. And that's when the father of JonBenet, JonBenet Ramsey, found his murdered child in the basement in like the farthest corner of the basement that there is.
Hold the front door. We did not discuss this before. His name is JonBenet, and his daughter's name is JonBenet.
Yeah.
Yep, and his
I assume that we
John
just
Andrew.
all we all just assumed that was named after him.
That's why they called her that. It was a play on his name.
They just put like a weird French spin on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a
I mean, don't
that's a
get me
very
wrong.
American thing.
I'm named after
actually-
my mother in a way.
Yeah,
but-
I'm named after my father as well.
Yeah, I think they said that Patsy was into like French movies and stuff or something like that. That's why they put the accent aigu on it.
God, she's
like-
weird.
Yeah, so random.
So
like
weird.
Like French noir movies, because
yeah, exactly.
this is kind of a noir case.
That's okay. Okay. Well, I definitely don't think that John did it then. People are way less likely to kill like reflections of themselves.
Yeah, I would say
I disagree.
JonBenet would have to be more of a reflection of Patsy though, because Patsy was into the, you know, like namesake one thing, but like reflection of, I don't know, maybe. Is that what we're doing today?
Yeah,
The
but
suspect?
namesake is big. I don't know. Rick, have you seen Scott Pilgrim? He doesn't beat Nega Scott. They become friends.
Okay. But here's the thing: if you think that your mirror image doesn't live up to what you are, then to me that's a good enough reason to get angry enough to possibly and it was a crime of passion, right? That's the strangulation. That's a murder of passion. So to me, I think that just points more to the father, not away from him.
But don't you think it's more of like a female thing to act out movies, like Gypsy Rose, perhaps?
Hey,
what does that mean?
Ha
Go down that path. I don't know what you mean by
What
that.
do you mean? What does that mean?
Oh, and Luca Magnotta, didn't he like act out a movie too?
Oh God, that guy.
In his
Okay,
killing?
that's completely different. That's a whole nother case.
Yeah.
I'm talking
There's
about
only-
how comes
They're all other cases.
They're all other cases.
I'm just saying
all right,
that
I'm sorry.
The
Please
Luca
continue.
Magnotta case is like its whole world of its own type of weird.
Yeah. Yeah, he wanted to be internet famous for killing.
I'm sorry. My point was the movie playing out thing. And he was quite feminine.
So what do you mean by
driving
like
points.
a movie playing out for this case? I'm just not following that.
Oh, you guys said Patsy liked French movies.
She was into French.
And I was like, well, this seems like a noir movie, you know, a little baby killed in her basement of her own house, you know, unsolved for 30 years.
It's pretty
25. I don't know what year it is.
It's very movie-esque. Like the what do you call it? The ransom note is very like as if it was written from 10 different movies, ransom notes, and thrown into one. So like there's a weird pop culture thing to this too.
The
right?
movie Ransom Note came out in 96.
Yeah,
go.
The same year. Oof.
Acting out that movie.
Wow.
Did that movie talk about stray dogs? If that movie talked about stray dogs, I will agree with you. Otherwise, I still think it's the father.
I don't know. I've never watched it, but you know, in research, what they told me. It's what they told me. I'm just repeating it.
Okay. Well, what's the biggest suspects in this bad boy? Are we just gonna rip through them again? Because I like that. That's good.
Okay.
Yeah, we can do that for sure.
I don't know. Christy, you talk.
Okay, sure. So yeah, there is lots of suspects. Obviously, the family are still to this day the main suspects that people point their fingers at, but we've got a few others as well. So I'm just looking at me little thing. So there's a man called Bill McReynolds. Bill, he played Santa Claus for television and also at the Ramsey's Christmas parties, which he was doing on the night of JonBenet's murder. He died in 2008. He was a friend of the Ramseys, and he also appeared on Today's Show several times after the murder. He also attended the funeral and acted really strange towards the family. Witnesses say he had a difficult time trying to give Patsy a hug, which I find really odd. Like, why? How would you notice that someone is finding it really hard to hug someone? Like, how do you do that?
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah, I think
just watch me
reasoning
try to
behind
hug
that-
literally anybody.
Yeah, I think the reasoning behind that is that Bill McReynolds was actually like a really close family friend. So,
Right.
and he's a jolly guy. So he would, when he would be at the Ramseys, he would be jolly and hugging and laughing and hands on your shoulder type guy.
Yeah.
He's the guy that puts his hand on you just to walk by.
Well, yeah, I know lots of people like that too. And sometimes people just get weirded out by like hugging. You know what I mean? It's not, maybe
Yeah,
just it wasn't the
true.
night, maybe you had a,
Yeah.
maybe
Yeah.
something bad was happening.
He had a
I
what?
believe
I wasn't going to say the word. I'm done.
Richard, that's why I just started talking over him because I'm like, quick.
That's what I thought you were gonna say.
I didn't say anything. You guys are making up things. I didn't say a word.
Can't put words in people's mouths or thoughts in people's
My
brains.
hands are up here.
So they believe he wrote a note to JonBenet stating that something will happen to you after Christmas. Also, Bill's daughter, who was 9, had been kidnapped along with a friend. They were both found safe later, but not sound. It was reported that the daughter was sexually assaulted and was witnessed by her friend. This case also remains unsolved to this day. No one knows who kidnapped the young girls. In an odd detail that the police found, his wife Phoebe had written a play about a young girl that gets murdered in the basement of her house in the middle of the night. So that's a little bit odd. But he was ruled out through DNA. None of the DNA on the scene matched him, so he was ruled out by that.
Okay.
Personally, I don't think anyone in this case should be ruled out by DNA alone. It shouldn't be one single thing that's going to rule people out because the crime scene got so destroyed in the
Absolutely.
beginning. I mean,
It's a
there's
mess.
people's DNA everywhere. They're having brunch and mimosas all day.
Yeah, that's a fair point.
Mess. It was an absolute shit show. Do you want to go?
What are
on
you
to the
guys'
next one,
thoughts
Tony?
on? Well, I was wondering if anyone had thoughts on Bill.
I think the
Yeah.
play is definitely weird. The play is super weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's a lot of like,
I mean, first of all, what is she doing writing that in the first place?
I don't know. People write a lot of weird, messed up stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think a piece of art should reflect someone how they are in real life. Someone just writing a story that they thought was intriguing at the time, or it shouldn't be reflective of what they are as a person, honestly. So for them to write a story
Right,
about a
like the
girl
Thought
getting in a
Police.
basement, like the what?
The Thought Police.
Oh yes, Thought Police for sure. So yeah, the for her to write a weird story like that, maybe she just was inspired, or whoever wrote that was just inspired by something completely different. It's just a random equal, like something shitty happened at the same time as something else, right? Like weird. I don't equate that to anything.
Or maybe
Yeah, no,
maybe
yeah.
she wrote it after she heard about JonBenet. So
Oh,
Yeah.
maybe.
Yeah, could be
I don't
that
know.
too.
I'm just saying it's a weird play. I don't think she had anything to do with it. I'm just saying that's weird. That's a weird thing to be writing about.
Well, people get inspired by
Okay.
really creepy shit, don't they? So maybe
For sure.
the death just inspired
Yeah,
her
they
to
sure
write this
do.
play. So,
Yeah, define inspired, I guess.
I feel like I
Yeah,
want
true.
Christy to give an example of creepy shit she gets inspired by, because that was a very specific comment.
I don't know if we should talk about this on live, Rick.
No, you haven't implemented Slenderman into your role play at home?
No.
No.
She didn't deny it.
Maybe.
Listen, there is one bedroom set aside for my role play at home. We don't talk about it outside of that bedroom.
There you go.
Yeah, I wanna know
Chrissy's
more about
eyes just
that.
went wide.
It's like Vegas.
I want to know more about that. Let's talk about that.
In October, you'll know more about that.
Yeah, we all got inspired. Like Celeste got inspired to make a podcast by a bunch of like hours upon hours of murder podcasts. You know what I mean? That's kind of messed up. If we really think about it, we break it down.
And she apparently has a room that's just all bright fucking blue. Like I buy one sweatshirt that's bright blue, but she has a room that's painted like ready, just like a blue room. That kind of terrifies me.
It used to be my son's room. Here, hang on. Just give me 1 second.
This is proof that she has a son, is what she's gonna
Myself for
do.
y'all. Just give me 1 second.
Welcome to Unethical Cribs.
Well, most of the time I'm sitting in a wardrobe, so
Oh, that's awesome.
Oh, that is
So let's
not
say-
what I thought.
say
when I was-
welcome, guys. Come on in.
That is less creepy than just the pure blue background. So I'm glad that you showed us that.
You should switch it all around.
You should use that wall
That is
as your
beautiful.
background,
100% artwork.
I love that. Yeah, I'm usually sitting in a wardrobe with clothes and shoes, but I'm out here today because it's 4 a.m. in Australia. So all of my family is still sleeping. So I had to find a corner of the house to record in where I wouldn't wake everyone up.
Yeah, all 4 of our live viewers right now are actually tuning in from Australia. It's crazy that they got up this early for it.
Are they?
No.
You're lying. You're lying. I got excited.
I'm pretty sure at
No.
least 2 of them are my
Spain.
mom.
At least 2 of them.
My friends have got up to support me. Screw you all.
It's okay.
So the number,
Okay, like I
the
said, I'm pretty
numbers
sure
are
2 of them are my mom.
the numbers are skewed because there's 4 people right now watching us from where I am. So it's kind of, they're not watching on Facebook, but they are watching us.
Oh, hi everyone.
Hi guys.
Hey.
What are you drinking
Sup?
today, Rick?
So I just finished a Sequence Ale by Dogfish Head Brewery, and now I'm drinking a State of the Art series by Industrial Arts Brewing Company. Only craft beer. That's all I drink.
Are
Such
you
a
gonna
beer
expect
snob.
me to take you to all those bloody wanky
Yes.
pubs?
Yep. I want to go to the bloody wanky clubs. That's what I'm gonna go to Australia for.
Cool.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that phrase at all.
What, wanky.
I feel like
Speaking of
I feel
bloody
like-
wanky, who's next?
All right.
It's very sorry. That is a very Australian thing to say.
Wanky.
Yeah.
That's a thing people say all the time in Australia. Like when in reference to what? Like
It means stuck up, snobby, like
oh,
I don't wanna go
Douchebags.
to that. I don't want to go to that bloody expensive wanky restaurant. You know,
I gotcha.
because it's frequented by rich wankers.
I feel like you guys just took off the S from swanky.
Probably that's what we do.
I'm confused.
We shorten our words.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fair enough.
That took me way too long. I was like, me writing, like in my head, I'm just writing the word on the wall. Like, I have to visualize this.
Oh, you're gorgeous.
Okay, I don't think anybody favors.
I never
this
understand what's going
Dolly
on.
Mutter.
All right. Well, do you guys want to talk about Gary Oliva?
I do.
He's weird.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know. Everyone has stun guns in Colorado, so he had a stun gun, which I think investigators think that like after JonBenet was fed the pineapple. Okay, let me back up. So investigators think that JonBenet was woken from her bed late at night, coaxed downstairs for a sweet treat of pineapple chunks. I don't know, whatever. Not my choice. I'd be like candy canes, miss. And then after after she ate the pineapple, like maybe she was being a little bit defiant and wouldn't do the things the killer was asking her to do willingly, so they stun gunned her, and that's where those 2 little marks on her neck and back. Am I right, Christy? Neck and back?
Yeah, there was
Face and back
on her face and on her like near her head.
Okay, so that's what investigators think was used to subdue her to get her down to the basement to her ultimate demise. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Guys, keep me on track here because
Yeah, you're right.
this case
No, we got it.
boggled my mind.
that's a
Okay.
lot.
All right. So, Gary Oliva attended the vigil outside of the Ramsey home after, I think the day after she was found murdered, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think it was the
Okay. So people just started pointing their fingers at him and were like, this guy, child molester, his convictions were in the state of Oregon. Check him out. Police checked them out. I don't think his DNA matched. Hold on.
No, yeah, he was
Hold on.
ruled out due to DNA, but he's a real freaky dude. Like he was charged with assault because he tried to choke out his own mother with a telephone cord. So, and yeah, extensive charges for sex offences. And yeah, like Tully said, he did have a stun gun. But yeah, and he was a bit of a stalker. I think he was one of those guys that frequented child beauty pageants. So he police found a shrine to JonBenet in his house. And he'd written a poem about her called Ode to JonBenet. And he'd also, I don't understand this part, but he glued little pictures of her face onto Monopoly money.
He probably tried to like pay strippers with it or something. I'm gonna use these at the strip club. I'm not allowed there.
He just wanted to make it rain.
That's so weird. I don't even have a joke for that. I'm not quite sure what you could do with that money.
I know.
How many JonBenets for a lap dance?
And why? I mean, that's so strange. Whatever. It's 2000. Whatever. When he's caught with this, the year 2000. It's the year 2000 when he was ultimately disqualified. What is the word? Ruled out. Thanks, guys.
Did he know the Ramseys? This guy?
I'm like disqualified. He didn't. I don't know, but his address was eerily close to the Ramsey home at the time of the murder.
He lived just down the road, but I think I'm
because he's a registered sex offender, so his address had to be public.
Yeah.
Huh. And he got to live in like a swanky part. Like, was he a rich guy? Because like these people were rich, like the Ramseys were rich. They must have lived in a nice area.
No, maybe he had a.
I think it was one of those houses where like 15 people share the rent.
Okay.
Who's Rick yelling at?
Did anybody hear me? I'm sorry. I don't know what's going on.
We're all hearing you for sure.
There's so much lag.
No, you're doing just great. I can't.
It's fine, yeah.
Yeah.
I can't tell either. So he lived in some flop house or something like that?
I don't know where he actually lived. I thought maybe it might have been a rich parent or like a rich relative or something that he was just staying with.
Yeah, this guy's kind of interesting in a different way. I never thought of
No,
this before.
I think he was on his own.
Right.
Oh, really?
But
he's
in
interesting.
prison.
Yeah,
in
but
prison.
he's now about to be released from a 10-year prison sentence for child abuse materials.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
shocking.
Yeah. I'm not sure if he actually.
I don't
knew
know.
the family. I think he
Commenters,
was just-
update us.
Yeah. If anybody saw anything about it. But I have a, like, he's a little interesting because if he had a shrine to JonBenet, he could have sat down and written a 3-page note. He could have had the time to do that. And sorry, keep going.
Like he'd written a poem about her called Ode to JonBenet.
Yeah, for sure.
So if anyone was going to write a novel of a ransom note, it would have been him.
Did they ever match? Sorry, go Rex.
So
I don't
all the
know,
times that
Rick,
I've
they
ever,
match his
created shrines and written notes for people, I've never wanted to kill them. So I feel like, he wants to keep this person alive. So to me, I don't really see like a murder suspect there in my eyes.
Yeah, he's just interesting.
A real creepy guy.
Yeah, the JonBenet money's the most messed up part. Like, what is going on with that?
I want to see one. I want to see what it looks like. I know that.
Yeah, if anybody has any
Yeah.
JonBenet money, send Christy some out in Australia.
Well, our money's really bright, and I don't think it's him either. Carly just said, I don't think it's him.
Yeah, we don't. I think as a group we don't really think it's him, but it's just an interesting guy to talk about. I think, right?
Yeah, for sure. All right, shall we move on to the next one?
Yep. Next we have Michael Helgoff. Also had a stun gun.
Okay.
I'm telling you, everyone has stun guns in Colorado. I'm not sure what the deal is.
Less
I hate
lethal.
it.
What can you do with a stun gun? That sounds fun.
So I just want to say, Carly also said she doesn't think it's him. Now I'm curious who Carly thinks it is. If Carly's on my side, that she thinks it's the father, or if she's on someone else's side and thinks it's the mother. I'm gonna let you guys keep going.
Spoilers, Rick. Spoilers. Come on.
Yeah,
I'm sure she'll tell us when we get there.
Absolutely
Yeah.
up for. Okay. So Michael was pointed as a suspect due to hearsay from a friend of his named John Kennedy, not the U.S.
Dead
president
president.
or anyone related.
Yeah, because he's John Kennedy.
That's so funny. Kennedy, yeah. And
like when
he
you
worked
said
with this
that.
guy
I
on
didn't-
like a
I didn't
salvage
put
yard or something.
Yeah.
What is this?
I want to play
neighborhood?
taser tag.
How do they play taser
Taser
tag?
tag.
Thank you. I was looking for something funny to say.
Want to play taser tag?
I was like, what can you do?
An ethical taser tag at my house. Let's do
Yeah.
it.
That's scary.
Taser tag in the wood. We hunt Sasquatch. We all need tasers for Sasquatch. Okay. What was I talking about,
Yeah,
guys?
this guy, I think his workmate might have had a bit of beef against him for some reason. 'cause
Like a
he kind of
vendetta
just-
or something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because he just went to
Like
the
a
cops and
falling
he's
out.
like, this guy,
all right.
this guy's talking about bashing in skulls and talking about getting $50,000 to $60,000. So this guy kind of just put two things together and was like, oh, he obviously murdered the kid. So I think he just went to the police because he's a bit of a dick, really.
Yeah. And after Mike Roth was questioned by police, he supposedly committed suicide. However, there is speculation if this was an actual suicide because somehow people know that he was right-handed. Do people just know things about people you wouldn't expect? Is that how that worked?
Weird.
All right.
Oh, I'm
It's
sure
like a
there's-
more than 50%
so
chance you'd be right if
they know
said
that he was-
right-handed anyway.
Yeah.
True. But somehow they knew he was right-handed and the bullet trajectory came from the left side.
Yeah.
And it was also muffled with a pillow
Huh. And
So she was
Also,
killed
he
by
was
a lefty?
alone.
What?
in the trailer house.
No,
the
no,
guy was
Yeah.
the guy
the
committed
that
suicide.
Suicide.
Yeah,
Oh,
The gun
sorry.
trajectory was on the left side of his. So he used the left hand rather than. Jesus, I don't think I can do that live. People, you didn't see that.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm in Australia, so I can do it.
Let's not. Yeah, I was like, let's
Yeah,
not
let's
Christine
not.
this.
Finger guns. We lost all our viewers. We've got like one now. Bye,
there
guys.
you go.
Sorry.
Um,
I was trying to be informative.
I'm sure
No,
they didn't
it's-
leave because of that. It's we've been talking for 45 minutes. They probably just had other things to do.
Yeah,
Wow,
there's
really?
people in and out.
We've only gotten
Yeah.
through 2
About
suspects.
35.
That's
Yep.
okay.
We're on
And,
a roll.
Okay.
The thing with right-handed and left-handed people, you don't really know who's right-handed at all, ever, but you definitely know who's left-handed because they always complain
Yeah.
about being left-handed. So
Yeah.
if nobody says anything about being left-handed, then they're probably right-handed. You can just assume it.
both my
It's actually
boys-
really
both-
easy to determine if someone is right or left-handed, if depending on which hand their watch is on, and the way they answer the phone.
Yeah.
Obviously, if they have ink on their hand, there's lots of ways to tell just by looking at someone.
For sure. I was just making a joke.
Both my boys are left-handed.
You can even tell by the way their shoes are tied.
Wait a minute. How?
I can't make a scissor function with my left hand. Like I can make it open and close, but it can't cut the thing I'm trying to cut.
No, it's impossible. I can't even brush my teeth with my left hand.
What?
I've never
You can't,
tried.
like, you can't do the same motion left and right as you can. I don't know if that makes me ambidextrous,
I was
but I
making
can
a
brush my
joke.
teeth.
No one said we were drummers.
It was a joke. Come on.
Have you ever broken an arm of your
Carly,
writing hand?
we appreciate you
Uh,
regardless. We're just
yeah,
glad that you're
I-
here.
Yeah,
Very
it'll be.
vague.
I just appreciate that Carly called out Richard's shitty internet as she said sorry. That's my favorite part to that.
He's doing fine, actually, this episode.
Yeah.
It's been good.
I think we're.
That's awesome.
I think we're doing good. All right, so next one. A guy named John Mark Carr. He was arrested in 2006 after falsely confessing to the murder of JonBenet, but DNA quickly ruled him out. So basically, he's just a lunatic that wanted attention. So
No, this guy was making phone calls to the police. He was making phone calls to the police from Bangkok saying, yeah, I know JonBenet and I murdered her and we had intercourse and things
Oh.
like that. And then, I mean, they found him in Bangkok and arrested him. I mean, why wouldn't they? And then, of course, questioning and things like he had specific details, like her underwear said the word Wednesday.
oh.
I guess that was correct.
Was it Wednesday?
I have no idea.
When she
But
was murdered.
If it wasn't Wednesday,
autopsy
I'm
report
impressed.
is. Oh yeah, I have no idea. Listeners can look it up for us. Our watchers, I mean, whatever you are today. So yeah, they went and arrested him, and then obviously was released because he falsely confessed. Which, don't you think that there should be a charge for that? Falsely confessing to murder,
Absolutely.
nonetheless,
That would be
Wait,
obstruction
child
of justice.
assault.
Yeah, that would be obstruction of justice.
Yeah.
Well, this
Yeah.
guy's just living his best life and coming back. And he came back for an interview in 2016. Oh my gosh, I hate this guy so much because he was just standing there, like side pose with his hand in his pocket. And then, like, the camera zooms in on him and he's just like one eyebrow up, like, I'm here to make my statement. And then, like, he
Ugh.
dodged all the questions. Like, they were like, so how did you ever meet JonBenet? And he was like, well, I'll tell you, it's none of your business.
Oh God.
So he just
Okay.
wanted cameras. And then he's like, you want me to sit here and confess to something that's going to get me 30 years? And I just want to tell you that the scrutiny I got in 2006 when I was arrested was called for. I've been scrutinized. I've been called a monster, a pedo, a child molester, a la la la. And I mean, he
Well, don't
is.
fucking
That's
give-
claimed
oh,
to
sorry,
be
whatever.
himself.
Don't confess to it then.
Yeah, don't do that. Yeah, exactly. And then he got so irritated at this interview. And it was like, why are you even here then? No one cares about you.
No, don't
Yeah, why-
confess to something then.
Maybe that's
if you don't
why,
want
because no one
bloody
cares.
attention, idiot. Come on.
Yeah.
Far out.
So he totally did it to himself. Saying people don't confess
Facebook-
to murder, changing
I
them.
agree with
or
Facebook
charging them would be
user
pointless.
here that I agree. Sane people don't confess to murder.
Very
Yeah.
That's a good point, whoever you are.
Yeah, unless you're
Not
under
always.
duress or something.
Not always. People can feel remorse.
But I
or
mean, let's
guilt
make them
for
pay
doing
some
something.
money. You know?
Hey,
some
this guy
money
just
for
wanted
wasting their
attention.
own time.
He probably just wanted some
Yes,
attention and
that's
didn't realize
absolutely
what.
I agree.
Yeah, he didn't realize what attention he was going to get, and he didn't like the attention. He wanted different attention, not that attention.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, oh,
Yeah, just
whatever.
a wackadoodle.
Well, we already talked about this in one of our previous episodes that there's negative attention equating, all attention is good attention
and he
is a form
very
of
much
mental illness
acts
in and
like
of
a
itself. So
child.
he was sick for sure.
Yeah.
Mm. Absolutely.
And he's still just out there. So
Yeah, fuck that guy. I'm not down with that guy. I don't think he did it. He's just.
Sorry, I didn't mean to just bring down
No,
the whole
no.
conversation. Who's next?
I'm also
you
not
did.
down with that guy.
So throughout throughout the course of the investigation, the Ramseys were still under the umbrella of persons of interest.
Mhm.
However, you know what? I didn't take very good notes, but the DA at the time, her name was Mary Lacey. I think she might be dead now. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong. Because I can't find anything. I couldn't find anything on her, obviously, because she's the DA. I don't think she can say much. But her name was Mary Lacey, and she actually did exonerate the Ramseys due to the DNA not matching. But like I said earlier, I don't think one specific thing can rule somebody out in this case. And I mean, one of our main suspects is now deceased, so
Do they have?
they're just going to
do you think
keep on
they-
dying.
Do you think they have like holdback evidence? Like, is there something that we don't know into this? That's why they keep saying DNA is not proving them, or do you think this thing's fine tooth combed right down to the bottom of it all?
That's so hard to say.
Yeah.
I don't know. What's out there is out there,
Yeah,
and I have
for
a lot
sure.
of information.
For sure, it's just weird to me
Stuff
that they
I don't
keep.
want, but I have.
Yeah, yeah. Isn't that the case with most of these friggin' things?
I don't understand until
Yeah,
this
I
day.
will not be covering a case involving children for a very long time.
Yeah.
So everyone knows.
Considering how long it's been since it happened, I just think someone or something would have come up in that time to finalize the case, to close it. But I think it's because it's an inside job. It's one of the family that none of it hasn't been solved.
Yeah.
Because Burke won't talk, and neither will John.
Yeah.
So I just think that's the only reason.
And
why
John
it hasn't been
had
solved.
like personal interviews. John had personal interviews with that DA, Mary Lacey, during the investigation too. I've never heard of a main suspect having personal interviews behind closed doors with district attorneys,
But
If
he's a
you're a
millionaire.
suspect in a murder.
which
Yeah.
is the state.
Yeah. Okay. Well, sorry, I didn't mean to derail. I was just asking because I didn't even think of that before. If there was like something that they all knew that no one was saying anything because they keep saying.
Oh, it's
saying-
very likely.
Yeah.
It's very likely that there's
Tally's right, man.
something-
Yeah.
It's very likely.
Yeah,
that
but
there's
Tally's
something
right. They.
that-
Yeah. I'm just saying Tally's probably right because a lot of people were in and out of that house, so DNA shouldn't be the be all end all. But unless they have something specific, and they keep saying that for that reason, right?
Yeah.
But anyways, sorry. Keep going. Next person or whatever, wherever we're at.
We're going to get
Okay.
into the family now. So
Well, this one's my personal favorite.
you take it then.
All right. So the mother, Patsy, she died back in, I don't know when she died. When did she die,
2006.
Christy?
2006. She was 49. She
Thank-
died of
Oh, okay.
died of ovarian cancer. Which
That's
she
All right,
was
then.
previously previously diagnosed in 93 and had treatment. She was in remission for 9 years, but it came back in 2002 and then ultimately killed her in 2006.
Yeah. Okay.
Hmm.
So Patsy.
Yeah, I think Patsy heard the initial head blow. I think Benet was probably being, defiant. Maybe being like, I don't want to be in pageants anymore, or your oldest son has been touching me, whatever. So she would need to be quiet, or you need to do what I say, and snapped. I mean, she probably snapped. She was under a lot of pressure. A cancer diagnosis at that time. I didn't even know that. But the reason I think it's Patsy that started this whole thing and everything, I think she coached everybody on how to, stay out of the limelight and, appear innocent, because she coached. I mean, she was coached herself, a pageantry participant. And she also was coaching her daughter at the time. So
Yeah,
she was very adept to
she also
teach and lead and,
Sorry. She
also what? Go ahead.
Oh
I
no,
think
she graduated university with a bachelor's in journalism. So she knew a lot about,
Oh, so she can mock up a story.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah, and she can mock up a story real easy.
Hmm.
And then and she slipped
Does
up
anybody
in her actual
who's listening
interrogation where
I think Tally's having a bit of lag happening.
anybody's got comments on
Yeah, for
Patsy,
sure.
send them over. I'd like to know what you guys would think, so we can add you in here too.
Yep, absolutely.
So is there any I thought I could hold it in. So is there any actual evidence that's gonna link Patsy? Like, that's not
Yes.
circumstantial. Like, is there any okay.
Yeah, I was just gonna get into that. So the thing about Patsy is Patsy and John didn't speak to police of their own volition until 4 months after their daughter was found dead, and then 5 days later buried. So they wasted no time getting that done. 200 similarities between the sample handwriting of Patsy Ramsey and the ransom note were established. Her lowercase q's resemble 8s, the numerical 8, which is kind of weird. You know how you do like the S and then loop it together?
Yeah.
Oh, what do we got, Celeste?
Oh yeah,
Oh.
Carly makes a good point.
Oh, yes. And
I
also,
totally agree,
yes,
man.
this is
That
where I
threw
was
me
going next.
through a total loop.
This is where I was going next. So, and also in that, so when she finally spoke to investigators, she said she changed out of her party clothes, put pajamas on, slept for the night, and then the next day put the same party clothes back on. And obviously Patsy being, rich and want to be famous or whatever she was trying to do, like, she wouldn't put on the same clothes the next day.
So what's the
Can we read
rationale
this
though
comment?
that though people think because she put on the same clothes that makes her guilty? What's the rationale there? I'm not seeing the connect between the two.
Because of who she is as a person. She would never wear the same outfit twice, regardless. She wears the clothes and then gets rid of them. Like, she never wears the same outfit twice. Her neighbors, her friends, her family, everyone said she would never wear the same outfit wise.
But if you just killed your daughter, don't you think you would be, if you just write a long note on it, now you're going to be meticulous on it?
They
Something
think
doesn't
she
seem
stayed up all
right.
night.
Like,
They think she stayed up all
Yeah.
night.
That's what I was
Yeah,
about
She
to say.
didn't
They
change
think-
clothes, is what they think.
she
I'm
hadn't
sorry, I
actually gone
wasn't.
to bed. No,
Oh my
they
God.
think she hadn't actually gone to bed because she'd been up, obviously, doing all this. So she's saying that she got home, got changed into her pajamas, and then before the police got there, she got dressed into the same clothes. She just grabbed the same, whatever was there. But people are saying that the only reason why she was still wearing the same outfit from the day before was because she never actually got changed. So
Yeah, and that's
so under
Yeah.
that assumption, are we
For sure.
thinking that only Patsy was involved and John was not? Because John
I don't
seemingly
know
would
what-
have changed clothes, right?
I don't know what John was wearing. I don't think it was ever established. So I don't know whether John.
I
was
don't think
running
anyone
around
would
the
care
house
so
in
much
his
what he
pajamas.
was wearing. I think it's all about her. She's the vain one of the two of them. He
she's the
probably hung
beauty
around in
queen.
sweatpants like a normal
Yeah,
human
no,
being.
I think
But that's the thing. If John wore
Yeah.
the same thing 2 days in a row, now the question is which one of them was involved,
So
Mhm.
if not both of them. So if we don't know because no one was paying attention
I
as to
think
what
Patsy
he was
hit
wearing,
her.
Yeah,
think,
it's a
I think
Mhm.
Patsy hit her and made
Okay.
John finish her off
you
and
guys
coach
see
the
that?
family on how to evade suspicion.
is there a
Mhm.
can you guys see that comment? I'm not sure who Facebook
Yeah,
user
so-
is, but hello Facebook user.
Yeah, we're seeing. I have a suspicion it's my mom. Not sure though.
Oh,
Really?
So yeah, that was one of the things that we talked about in episode 1 a little bit. The interviews, and actually, I know Mr. Getsy here has some really good insight into the interviews. If we could talk about that for just a second.
mhm.
yeah, I don't know if you want me to pull it up. I don't have it up, but I can do that if you want me to share my screen, or
You
you
can
guys just talk about it.
you can describe it. Yeah, we'll link it. We'll link it for him.
Yeah.
just,
So
just
I was looking at an interview of both John and Patsy, and there was one major point where John essentially says that he's going to miss JonBenet, and what you can see is that he shifts his lips up slightly. Essentially, that's a sign of contempt. So if you look into it, there's a lot of research into micro and macro expressions, and that's a major sign of him essentially saying that he does not believe in the statement that he just said. So if you link it, definitely recommend that everyone go look at that interview. If you just look up John Ramsey, JonBenet interview, you'll find it. And there are quite a few times in there where he shows signs of contempt, where he starts talking about JonBenet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Now, I watched the same video, and my opinion on it was that he had contempt towards the audience. But give it a watch, and see what you think, because who knows, right?
And definitely towards Patsy, like
Yeah.
when she's speaking, you can he's kind of like, you can kind of see him grimacing, like in his mind he's thinking, oh, shut up, woman,
Yeah, and she was definitely messed up during that interview because she did not
Mhm.
sound proper. So he could have had contempt for like, oh my God, are you this messed up right now? We're talking about our daughter on national television. Why are you so like? He could have had that in his mind. I don't know though.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we got another comment here from Ben. He mentions that she fumbles in press conferences, and I believe in episode 1 we talked about that she also fumbled her interview with regards to the question about her outfit. So that adds
she's-
some suspicion to Patsy as
she's-
well.
She's sus as can be. Like out of anyone, she's very suspicious for sure. And since the handwriting, it probably hers because 200 matches, it sounds like it's her. The cops or the FBI or whatever probably think it's her for sure. So even if she didn't kill, she was part of it in some way, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And I think that wholeheartedly, she's definitely involved.
Tally's just having a bit of technical
For
difficulty, so
sure.
I'll
Yeah, it's okay.
I can give you guys a little bit more of a backstory into Patsy if you want. If you guys want to know a little bit about her, before she became Mrs. Ramsey.
Yes, please.
So her name, she was born Patricia Ann Paugh, P-A-U-G-H, which
Patty Paw.
unfortunately for her makes her Pap. So poor old little Pap was born in 1956 in West Virginia. Like I said before, she went to West Virginia University and graduated in 78 with a bachelor's in journalism. So yeah, that absolutely would have helped with her working of the media and the press, because she obviously knew all about journalism. So she had a little bit of a behind the scenes understanding of how that sort of stuff works. So she met John in 78 and they got married in 1980. They had Burke in 1987 and then JonBenet in 1990. They moved to Colorado in 91. And basically she didn't have a job. She didn't work. She's just spent most of her time, hanging out with her rich housewife friends, working in foundations and throwing luncheons and dinner parties and all of that sort of stuff. So, and obviously being a pageant mum with JonBenet, entering her into, by the time JonBenet was 5, she'd won countless titles. So Patsy was pretty hardcore with that sort of stuff.
Yeah, she was grooming her to be another her, because she win like Miss whatever state she's from, I forget.
West Virginia, Miss
West Virginia,
yeah. She entered when she was in high school and university. She entered heaps of pageants on her own. Her and her sister used to enter them.
Yeah. Well, that's.
How you doing, Tally?
Oh, not bad. Sorry, I'd use the little ladies' room.
That's all right. Just
yeah.
Is your lag better?
I have no idea. We'll find out.
All right. Well, I was just giving the guys a bit of a backstory on Patsy, so just on.
Yeah, that's all you. I don't know the backgrounds on these people. I just know these people, the Ramseys. Yeah. Sorry.
No, these people. That's a good way to describe them. So people, there's lots of differing views on Patsy. Like some people had nothing but wonderful things to say about her, saying that she was very endearing and very loving. But then there was also people that said she was incredibly moody and she could change at the drop of a hat, very cranky, and that she would argue with JonBenet a lot about having friends stay over and what type of dresses she should wear. So, some people think
she also hated dogs.
That's right.
Just in case you need a reason to not like Patsy, she hated dogs. JonBenet had a dog and she made her get rid of it.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what kind of dog was it? A little dog? Was it like was JonBenet walking around with a little Chihuahua? Because that's cute as fuck.
Was it like cute. Harvey, little Harvey?
Yeah, do we know what kind of dog she had?
You'd think. I don't think it was. I think it was like a mid-sized dog because she was complaining about the size of the dog.
Oh, okay.
So I assume it wasn't a small dog or. I don't know. Either way, like one of her neighbors has it, or not anymore, obviously. But one of her neighbors had it after the investigation was happening. And the neighbor was kind of like, yeah, Patsy sucks. She wouldn't let JonBenet keep this dog, so I offered to take it so JonBenet could still visit it.
Oh, that's nice. Was it the neighbor with the
we got a question
shrine?
For Tally.
No, I think she killed her because she's being
Tally,
defiant and snapped. Yeah,
like on purpose.
I think Patsy just snapped. Just like, honestly, yeah.
I want you dead now. That's enough.
There was one of these arguments happening, and she just grabbed whatever was, I wouldn't want to say what I'm thinking, but she grabbed something off JonBenet's own table and whacked her with it in a room, and then was like, John,
what about the strangling?
Mistake.
I think you said in episode 1 that strangling is a good way to get a kid to be quiet.
It's a pretty intense method, though,
well,
isn't
that was when we were talking about Burke.
I'm not
That was-
interrupting you on
I was
purpose,
in
I
the
promise.
mind of
It's just the
Burke.
leg.
At that time, like that's how a kid will get another kid to be quiet. I'm sorry, my thoughts are not here right now.
Maybe.
Stop apologizing. You're doing just
Maybe.
fine, hun. Stop apologizing. Like
For sure.
The way she was strangled is like it's very thought out. It's not a quick crime of passion. I'm going to strangle you with my hands. It's literally, I need to go and find a shoelace. What am I going to use to twist it with? Like, it's an actual.
I actually
But-
have something to add to that. I did some research on the garrote after we got off last time because I was curious about it, and it wasn't a functional garrote. Evidence points that it's part of the staging. It actually really had very little to do with her death. The evidence, her autopsy showed that she was actually strangled with upwards force and not what's constriction, I guess is the word.
Right.
And so that I agree with Tally. I think that Burke would be the most likely to do that to her with the shoelace.
Yeah, right.
So
That makes.
But
that
where
makes
did
a
the
lot of
bash
sense.
on the head come from? Or he just chucked her down the stairs?
yeah, that's what I was
no,
going to say,
he
Tally.
could hit her in the head first, definitely, and then strangle her because she was crying because he hurt her.
She was hit and okay. Yep. Sure. See, I think I have the same I have the exact same like idea, but it was Patsy who initiated the blow, asked John to help her out because I feel like he's wrapped around her little finger.
Yeah.
She's like what? Demanding and overbearing. Type A personality.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for sure.
It's a lot of psychopath to be in one house, though.
Yeah,
like, you'd have to be. That's a lot of psychos
Definitely.
to be
It's
in one place. You know, like, and I agree. Like, the passion part is like if Patsy snapped, it would be when she clubbed her in the head, and then the after part's just like to cover it up, right? Like choke her out to like hide the body, try and get it out of the house, whatever, right?
Yeah.
So if there was a snap
Make
out
it
by Patsy,
seem-
it was the smack in the head.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's exactly what I think. So,
I just
like,
find it weird that she didn't have anything on her.
Thing.
She was wearing the same. I'm sorry.
No, keep going. Keep going.
Sorry, the leg. I just
She was
thought it was
wearing the
weird because
same
she's wearing
clothes?
the same outfit. Yeah, she was wearing the
Yeah.
exact same clothes, but there was nothing on her. I feel like, I mean, if she had struck her and then
I don't think
strangled
John
her,
Benet's
I
I
head
mean,
was
like
bleeding.
John could have strangled her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And if she was wearing the same thing, that's a good point too. I didn't even think of that.
What?
I said that's a good point about her wearing the same stuff and no evidence on it or whatever. I didn't even think of that. So if she would have clubbed her, there'd be something, right? So
Yeah,
if everyone's paying
absolutely.
attention to her clothing and they're not paying attention to everybody else's clothing because she's
Yeah.
the beauty queen, and there could have been stuff all like everybody else has changed because they had blood on them or whatever, right? She's the one who's just like holding the ship down, right in the
And
note.
nobody even
while,
saw Burke that day.
Exactly.
Yep. No
Yeah.
one talked to Burke for months.
Ugh, poor kid.
They
Yeah,
made sure
so
of it.
nobody even saw what he was wearing, right?
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I think maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I want to know a little bit more about John and
We're totally gonna solve it today.
well, especially John, because I don't really know where he fits into all this.
We're the first people to look into this, so we probably got a good chance of solving it.
Hey man, we got the private
the
dicks on our
unethical
side.
gang
I can.
Yeah.
or the unethical bunch. I always feel like I'm on the Brady Bunch
Yeah.
intro when I'm hanging out with you guys. So
Because we're in boxes.
you're my unethical bunch.
yeah.
Yeah.
Love it.
I want to be Alice.
I'm absolutely. Richard and I are Mike and Carol.
Oh, I'm old.
I don't know. Does Rick even know what Brady Bunch is?
Celeste.
He's an infant after all.
Yes, I know what the Brady Bunch is. Yes.
Just checking.
Oh, I thought you meant our Rick. I was like, how would he not?
He's a total.
No,
Yeah.
I
Richard's
was
not
very
Rick.
confused
Oh,
for
that's
a
weird.
second.
I could never call him Rick.
I know. I was so confused. I don't know what my brain just did. I'm sorry.
No. No, he's absolutely a Richard.
Yeah.
I'm still
He's totally a dick.
100% that I think it's John.
If I
I'm not.
tried
You're
to-
not making me waver on Patsy. I don't think it's Burke. It's John.
Nice merch. Go on
All right,
there.
all right, all right.
Patreon.
Before Rick gets an
Okay, tell us
episode-
why. We're doing him next.
Repping the
Yeah,
merch.
get some merch. For sure, yeah. Before Rick gets his intellectual blue balls, let's move on to
Step
John.
This is
one,
actually-
step one. Buy merch. Step one.
This
Buy
is-
merch. Step
this
two.
is,
It's John because the upward motion points to somebody who's taller. Thank you. Points to somebody who's taller.
It's too late. He's coming.
And then
He's being fed.
I'm getting food.
Damn it.
Points
I was so close.
to somebody who's taller, and then you all. I mean, the note itself just to me screams male. I don't know why. I read it along with the interview and the contempt. I don't think it's Patsy.
She is only 6 though, man. So it's not hard to be taller than a 6-year-old.
Sure, but Burke wasn't. Burke was younger than her. Do we think that Burke was taller than?
No, Burke was
4'7"?
older. Burke was 9.
Burke's older.
Burke was 9.
Burke's older.
JonBenet was 6.
Yeah. Yeah.
How tall was Burke?
Taller than
6'4".
JonBenet.
I don't. I don't know.
9-year-old Rick.
Oh, he's eating a
is he
sandwich.
mad?
I scared him.
Oh no. He's like
You want to watch me eat a sandwich?
yes.
Hey,
Yes.
No,
mate,
that'd be
we're
weird.
Live.
Um,
We're live. You got to do everything.
I thought I made you mad with the
Oh, yeah,
size of a
get into it.
9-year-old.
let's do some
Yeah,
asthma.
ASMR. Get close to the get close to the
Sucks to your
microphone.
asthma.
I actually have I have something to say about this. Girls,
All right.
and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong about this. You guys can correct me, but I've noticed
I'm
my
dying
daughter,
over
my daughter, who's 2.5 years younger than my oldest, she is approximately the same size because she has gotten bigger quicker. So he might be right, actually. Burke and JonBenet might have been nearly the same size, just because the
Not
way
at
kids
6, I
grow.
would say. Not at 6,
Yeah,
I would
I-
say. Just
All right,
'cause,
let me-
I have-
it's
I have a
6.
10 and a 7-year-old.
Whoa. Let me
I have a
extract
10 and a
what's important
7-year-old.
from that statement. Is Richard just said that I was right? That's all that matters from there. I just want to pull that out of there and make sure that everybody hears that.
Yeah,
So
no,
like,
I said might be right.
Gosh, I mean, like I can agree with all sides, but I mean,
Yeah. For sure.
you know, with the information that I've obtained and the way I've obtained it, you know what I mean? Like it's all perspective in this case, which is really, really BS.
Well, at a
but-
certain point, too, you become biased. And then eventually all your evidence leads
Oh, for
there. And that's
sure.
the same. It's the same with anybody listening who's listened to a podcast before, right? They're like,
Yeah.
they're stupid. It's-
screaming,
it's, you know, the
screaming out loud.
creepy basement man. And there is no other alternative. That is it.
Yeah.
I love what Carly's saying. She said after she listened to the last episode, she went digging into Burke. So she said, I feel like a husband wouldn't cover for his wife and vice versa, but cover for their child. Which
That's what I think.
Yeah. I did know the stuff about he hit her with a golf club, but I didn't know about the smearing feces on her candy. Ugh.
Gross.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's-
and in her bed. In her
Oh, yeah,
bedspread
he
too.
did that. Yeah.
Yeah, see,
he did that.
there's something a little bit
And he
off
whacked
about
her. Yeah. He was
With the golf club, yeah.
I ain't gonna call it tough love.
that.
No.
He was a mean brother.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
And to be fair,
See, what I kind of wonder on that vein. Go ahead, Richard.
I was just going to say, to be fair, with little kids, they sometimes think they're playing or think they're just doing something and they don't realize how severe and how messed up what they're doing actually is. So, like, without proper parenting, somebody being like, don't rub all the shit around on the bed. That's not a good prank. That's terrible. That's the rough. He could have just been running free with that kind of stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I get
Yeah.
kids need a lot of
they're
guidance,
like
man.
they're it's America, so what are they? I guess Mexican. Housekeeper was just cleaning it up and the parents didn't even know. She just went about her day and like
Oh, I think they
I feel
did
like
it.
the parents would have brought it up if he was doing that.
For sure. But what they could have been doing is like go to your room and never actually talking to him about it. You're grounded and not actually like telling him why it's bad or proper parenting. Just instead of reactionary parenting, like maybe have a conversation with your kids. The 90s were different. Now I feel like parents do this more,
Okay.
but my parents never talked to me about shit, you know?
Oh,
like
same. Yeah, absolutely. It was all like, don't do that again. And then that was
I
it.
kind of wonder if one of the reasons that John was so like angry at Patsy is because like the pineapple was on the bowl or the Jesus Christ, the bowl of pineapple, it was Patsy and Burke's DNA on it. And I kind of wonder if maybe Burke hit her and then Patsy panicked and then started the cover up before John even knew anything had happened, and that's why he has so much contempt for her.
Yeah, because he's probably like,
be.
why'd you make so much work for me? God damn it.
It's just there's so many.
Imagine waking up to not only your child like dead, but she's like furiously scrawling a ransom note and like imagine that'd suck. It's his day off, man. Jesus.
It's Boxing Day. Leave me alone. I was supposed to sleep in.
Yeah.
We don't have Boxing Day here.
That's right. That's right.
We don't do that.
Yes, you do. You just don't call it that.
He went back to work that day.
We do.
He went back to work that day.
Okay.
He did go back to work that day. I can confirm he went to work that day.
Okay.
Seriously?
Okay.
Do you want to get into a little bit of John's background, or do you want me to do it?
You take it.
Okay.
I don't know this part.
Okay, all good. So he was born in Nebraska in 1943. His dad was actually a decorated World War II pilot, and he graduated Michigan State in '66 with a bachelor's in electrical engineering. He was married before he married Patsy to a woman named Lucinda, and they had 3 children. But they divorced in '78, which was the same year that he met Patsy. So I'm not sure if the two overlapped at any point, but whether that was the cause of the divorce, I don't know. But they divorced in '78, and he met Patsy in '78. So he completed a master's in business in '71, and he was also in the Navy. He was a civil engineer corps officer, and he finished. He was with them in Atlanta. So he married Patsy in 1980, and in 1989 he formed a company called Advanced Product Group and went on to become the president and CEO of Access Graphics, a computer company. In '96 they grossed over $1 billion dues. And our
we have to Australian everything. I love it.
I can't help it, man. It's who I am. As of May 1996, so a few months, before JonBenet was murdered, his net worth was
Christy,
reported
can I ask you a question?
Yes, my darling.
What's the question?
If you lose money, is it called dollary don'ts?
She did it.
It is now.
Yes.
It is now.
I have contributed culturally.
We are now
when I go
cultured.
shopping now, I'll say I spent $50 don'ts.
I'm very disappointed in the Drunksplain co-host for not thinking of that.
Stuck it.
So, John his net worth apparently in May of '96 was $6.4 million. He did an interview with Barbara Walters in 2015 where he whinged and moaned about the fact that he had to use all of his family fortune towards the investigation and the case. And yeah, I know. Wah.
Poor guy. Poor guy. I had to figure out
Yo,
who
your
killed my
daughter
daughter.
is
I'm an
dead.
asshole. Yeah, I had to
Yeah.
figure out who killed my daughter.
Yeah.
I'm so poor because I had to figure out who killed my daughter. It's such I would be happy to pay each and every last dime of my money to figure out who killed my kid, but whatever.
Yeah, and
He could have
was
just
like,
confessed.
That's true.
Yeah, that's true.
You don't have to spend all your money, mate. Just tell him. But
Yeah.
so his company like put someone else into his place just temporarily so he could spend time with his family and obviously grieve the death of his child. But he pretty much went straight back to work. Like Tally said, he was actually at work the day of. So
Making travel plans.
yeah,
I imagine.
exactly.
Was he actually? Is that a fact or is that just like a
Yes. Yep.
Yep, he went
Investigators
to the office.
overheard him on the phone making travel plans.
Yep.
And they had to tell
Oof.
him, you and your
he, like,
family are
canceling
being
JonBenet's
investigated. You
vacation?
have to stay here. And they begrudgingly
going?
agreed.
Where was he going? Aspen? I'm going skiing.
Their Christmas vacation.
Maybe
Disneyland.
Venezuela. What countries don't have extradition?
Yeah.
Ben
Oh
at
my
it
God.
again.
I had to spend
Nice
to fund
To find my
investigation.
wife.
one, Ben.
I mean, murder my daughter. Oh God.
There's someone who's with me, finally. Thanks,
So,
Ben.
There's only 5 of us here, okay? There's lots of other people.
Yeah.
So 6 months.
No, the only one who agrees that it's Patsy with me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well, I don't disagree. Patsy.
No
was
one thinks it's
involved.
her but me.
No, I agree. Patsy's just as bad as everybody else. I just don't
Oh,
think she did
yeah.
the killing blow.
This
you
is
know?
so
She's
crazy.
definitely involved. She's
Yeah.
absolutely. They're
Okay.
all involved. 100%.
That's my
So,
theory too.
So 6 months after the murder, John and Patsy moved to a brand new house in Atlanta. But before that, they went and had a lovely little vacation at their holiday retreat in Michigan. So, yeah. So they stayed
Isn't
in
that
Georgia
nice?
until Patsy died in 2006. John then moved himself and Burke to Utah. Maybe he wanted to join the Mormon church. Give that a go.
Maybe.
In 2011, they went
Add
to Utah
one or lose one wife, add 5.
Exactly. So he married again to a woman named Jan Brusso. They moved back to Michigan, where John decided that he wanted to try and be a politician, and he ran for House Representative, and he obviously did not win.
Yeah. No shit. Like, I got a question. So they got divorced not long after. Sorry, I kind of missed that part.
Who? Patsy and John?
Patsy and John. Yeah.
No, they didn't divorce.
Okay.
They were still married when she died.
He's on his
Okay.
3rd wife.
Yeah. I was just like, man, if you divorce that makes it highly unlikely any of them are involved. Imagine you divorce the person who helped kill someone with you, you'd be telling on them right away and blaming them. They'd be like fingers pointed directly at the moment that happened. So, but if they stayed together,
Unless you paid them off.
True.
how much money's your kid worth, man? I don't know.
A couple $1 million.
How much money could she possibly
Yeah.
spend with that much cancer?
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway,
mate.
sorry.
I would give it a red hot go. If I had a terminal illness, I would give it a red hot go. I would spend as much if I had that much money. But if there's conflicting ideas about where John is now. I couldn't actually find where he lives with his wife. Like, some people say Michigan, some say Las Vegas. Apparently his wife Jan has a business in Las Vegas, so if anyone out there, if any of the watchers or listeners know where John actually is, let us know.
He probably does. He probably has a partnership with OJ Simpson because that's where OJ lives too.
Ah.
Does his taxes or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
So John
Building
is,
the I Got Away with Murder Club.
Yeah,
John's he's nearly 80 now, so
it's unreal.
getting up there.
I hope he
Getting up
admits to whatever happened. I really do. Let's hear Getz. He hasn't even gone off on John yet. He's just waiting to pounce.
No, I went off. I still believe it's John and that he's guilty. That's where I am on that. John's guilty.
Why?
Everything he did speaks
And no one
to
else?
John being guilty.
But why?
The interview. Well, I mean, the wife knows about it, so she's guilty. I don't think the son is guilty. I think it's the father did the killing, and the wife covered it up.
there.
Then that's it. Just simple as
I
that.
think-
That's too simple, man.
Most of the time, the easiest explanation is the answer. So
Mm.
I don't know how
Occam's
that's
razor
the
boy.
easiest explanation.
Yeah, it's
Like
the
an
easiest.
explanation. Wouldn't the easiest explanation be
Maybe it was Santa.
the intruder theory? I feel like that's the most
no, because that
open and
if
shut.
an intruder who kills somebody, if you intrude and you kill somebody by accident, you don't hide the body. The body is in plain view. So that body would have been immediately accessible by anybody that could see it. There would be no reason for them to cover it up. They would call the police. The fact that it was hidden somewhere was strange. The fact that the father was the one to later find the body, and bring it into view of everybody else is strange.
Yeah, God, that's
The
weird.
note,
Oh,
yeah, the note in itself,
Now we're
No,
getting somewhere.
all of it adds up. To me, it's all on the father.
Yeah, I don't think it's that simple. I think that's the. I think there's more.
I think
at
that's
play
the
here. There's
daddy
something
issues
going on.
answer.
Yeah, exactly. Is your dad behind you at that barbecue right now, being like, not right now. He'll hit me.
The dad I wish I had just made me barbecue.
Yeah.
Oh, now
Aw.
I'm sad.
what, Bryce?
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. My parents are great. If they ever listen to this.
You're great.
Duress.
Oh, here we go.
Anyways.
Oh, yeah. Hey, Rick. Why? Why would he kill her? Why?
Yeah, what's the point?
It could have been accidental. It
Thank
could
you,
have been a
Facebook
crime
user.
of passion. It could have been a lot of things. I mean, we're never going to get down to the exact motive, but if you look at how somebody is killed, I think what goes into it a lot is the strangulation points to someone who's close to the family. It's the fact that it is likely a male. To me, if it was Patsy, I mean, that pineapple was just cut, right? So if the pineapple was out there, women usually use knives or something that separates them
I thought
slightly
it was like
from.
pineapple chunks from like a can.
Women
was
usually
it a-
use poison.
Poison,
Well, women are-
knives, something like that. I mean, if she really wanted to kill JonBenet for some
Women
reason,
don't
she
use
could've.
knives. That's a man thing.
Yeah,
I'm pretty
I
sure
was
women
gonna
use
say,
knives.
That's not a lady thing.
I think
women are
women-
like silent killers, like
Yeah, the
strangle.
brute
Like,
strength it takes to actually
I
stab someone to death is very
Mhm.
difficult.
And strangling isn't as easy as it
Perhaps.
in the movie.
Or they
So
hire
you come
someone.
to-
Women hire.
Yeah, but
others.
okay. I don't want to say that I have experienced strangling a child, but if I had to guess, strangling a child would be a lot easier than strangling like, a typical person. But at the same time,
you didn't have to
So last-
qualify that. Like, it makes you sound more guilty because you qualified that.
that's fine. This isn't my podcast. That's fine.
I'm
But
just-
what I'm saying is, I
It
think
makes it
that
even
that's
more
a
interesting
very,
to see that room now, Rick.
I think that's a very fatherly thing to do. I don't think that's something that the mother would do. The shoelace to me is weird.
Yo,
Yeah, it's intense.
Carly, I totally agree with you. I would kill
Yeah.
my husband. I would not help him cover a murder up. I would kill him so dead.
But you have to
Absolutely.
think about the relationship they had. I mean, he's a millionaire, right? He probably went his entire life having some sort of control over her. So now let's say he kills one of their children, he still has control over her. It doesn't matter what the situation is. He can coerce her into doing something. It's not like, if you think about the way that relationship dynamic would be, it's not a traditional like, oh, if my husband did this, I would not like stick with him. But he literally had every way to say, if you do this or do that, you won't get my money. If you do this or do that, I won't let you do this.
Well, I think it's
Not to
really
mention-
easy. He committed murder. You think on him. You get 100% of money. It's not. It doesn't
Exactly,
seem
and
like a
that's-
difficult concept.
And it's not like she's not an educated lady who has a degree. She could go out and do her own thing. I know she hasn't been, but she has that behind her. It's not like she was picked up from like high school and then never did anything beyond that or anything like that. She went to school. She's
but you have to think about it. He's a businessman, so the majority of his money is tied up in shares of companies. If he commits a crime, they roll back to the shareholders, not to the spouse. So it's not like she gets the money.
His $6.3 million in the bank does, though, and she doesn't know any different. She only gets little bits at a time. She doesn't know.
Oh, he's got numbers.
Well, that's what she said. He had $6.3 million, right? So
Possibly,
the rest of the company
She
goes
had
back to
cancer
the
at this
shareholders for sure.
I would cover up a murder for my spouse.
Of your child?
Okay.
Your own kid, though.
Tally,
It depends
I
on the
like
situation.
that.
We don't
I
know
like
the
that
backstory.
point.
If it was an accident in some way and they covered it up, yeah, I might.
Huh. Well, you're different than us.
Okay, wait.
I'd kill
him.
For this Whoa, for this conversation, I might. To the future investigator, if my child dies, I would not.
Non-existent children.
Tally, you made a good point. Because, like, where's the
she already
security,
knew
right?
she
If her
had
husband's in
cancer
jail
by
and
this
she's
point.
dead of cancer, where do the kids end up? I get that. Yeah.
And Carly just said if I'm sorry, I'm taking over what she said here, but she said unless she's controlling an abusive, good point. So she was giving you some props there, Ricky, just so you know.
Thank you, Carly. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Carly mentioned that if he wasn't around to intimidate her, although I guess he only really went to work though, right? They appeared on everything together, didn't they? They were always like, attached.
Yeah.
Even the interrogation.
I don't know.
Even the interrogation, they didn't separate them?
Even like an interview. If he got up to like pee, I'd
Oh,
be
they
like, no,
did.
he didn't.
Yes,
He
but they
didn't.
went together
I gotcha.
4 months later.
They went to pee together?
4 months later.
Interrogation we're talking about.
Yeah, they went together, but were obviously interviewed separately. But I don't think that's what Patsy had anticipated. I honestly don't. Because she was so on a lot of pills and alcohol.
Yeah. Yeah, it's...
Yeah, that's what Facebook user says.
She was pretty
She's-
high, though. She certainly was.
Yeah.
So we still got...
Okay.
She was
All right.
absolutely not.
Okay, well, what about Burke? I like Burke for it.
Me too.
Yeah. So, a lot of people still point to him as being the main suspect. There's a lot of speculation around the fact that he was really jealous of her. Obviously, she got a lot of attention through the pageants and all of that stuff. So yeah, they say that he had a temper tantrum because he was in the kitchen having some pineapple because the bowl had Patsy and Burke's prints on it. So they reckon he was eating his pineapple in the kitchen and she snuck in and stole some out of the bowl, and he got very angry and annoyed with her and smashed her over the head. So, and then, but they think she was still alive after she was hit, but just unconscious. I really hope that that's true. So in my mind, I really hope that she was unconscious, because anything that occurred to her after that, she wouldn't have known. So after that, Patsy and John stepped in to finish off the job. Patsy wrote the ransom note and John staged the scene in the basement to make it look like a kidnapping that had gone wrong. I think Carly said it before about a neighbour had witnessed Burke hit JonBenet in the face with a golf club, and that he was often seen acting out towards his little sister in quite angry and violent ways. He went on Dr. Phil in 2006, and he was really weird, like this really weird constant smirk on his face. And when Dr. Phil was like, "Did you hit your sister over the head?" he was, absolutely not, with like this little twinkle in his eye. And then and Dr. Phil reckons that he's a very socially awkward young man that was hidden from the world by his parents, basically to keep him silent and to keep him away from maybe talking to someone about what happened and what he'd actually witnessed that night. So
Yeah. All right. Well,
I like that theory. I don't know if John was involved, but I like that theory.
yeah. Well, of course, why he's been socially awkward and stuff? Why he's staying at home all day? Yeah, for sure. But okay, let me ask the question.
Derail for a second here. What's your relationship like with your siblings?
Me?
They're my biggest fans.
If you have any. What about when you were kids?
When we
They
were
loved
kids,
me so much. I'm the
my
youngest,
brother and
so
were
I was like
inseparable when we were
their
little.
kid.
I have an older sister. When we were younger, we would get into physical altercations.
I'm the same way as Rick.
Okay,
Me
and
my
by
brother-
physical
I did not have
altercations, what does
Tough
that
love.
mean? Who hurt
I'll tell
who
you-
the most? Or did you hurt
If-
each other
if any-
equally?
If either one of us had a golf club, we would definitely hit each other in the face.
I'll tell you a
100%.
story. I kind of have a little
Okay,
bit
see,
of a Burke
me and
moment
my
here.
brother were that way too.
Yeah,
Mm.
I have
Okay.
a bit of a Burke moment
Go
here.
on, Richard.
Yeah, when I was a younger lad, my brother was in figure skating. He was a competitive figure skater. He was like 15th in Canada at a certain point, and he was like a shredded kid.
Impressive.
Yeah, very impressive actually. He had like 6-pack, walk around without a shirt on all the time, and he'd be cocky about how like his manliness versus my like frumpy fat kid life,
Richard.
which I don't really care. But at the time,
Oh,
Kyle was
no.
pissing me off. My brother was pissing me off at one point, so I took you know what a stand-up fan, like a stand-up fan, I took the pole that was in the middle of it. And I went and I attacked him with it, and I hit him in the leg, and I was like, Tanya Harding, clunk, and I smoked him right in his leg. It's not a nice story now, but at the time, just out of pure like jealousy from my side and him being a cocksucker on the other side, I definitely smoked him with a metal pole. It definitely happened. That's a real thing that happened.
Hilarious.
And I yelled Tanya Harding when I did
Tanya
it.
Harding.
Yeah, clunk, and I did it.
my God.
Oh,
yeah.
Carly has some
That
dirt
is
here on Richard.
hilarious.
You're on the spot here, Richard. What
She
about
said, "What
the
about cats?" Yeah. Kyle would walk around all the time with his shirt off, and he'd have his little girlfriends be like, "I'm so good looking." So I used to do a thing which is called a cat grenade, and I was fucking 10. Leave me alone. So I'd take my cat and I'd shake him up and I'd throw him on his topless body, and the cat would try to climb up his back, leaving like back scars. That's called a cat grenade. I wouldn't do that now. I love cats now, but as a kid, I thought that was a good weapon. A cat.
Oh, God.
That's amazing. Oh my God.
That is a great weapon. That is a great
Yeah.
weapon.
Cats are terrifying.
Insane.
Carly, why did you curse us with this information?
Cats are
Me and my brother were the
terrifying.
same way. My brother was bigger, so I always got hurt a lot worse.
Yeah.
But I smoked him in the. Why am I using the word smoked? I don't say that. You say that. I nailed him. I nailed him really good one time in the nutsack, and that was like the most I ever hurt him in my whole life.
Yeah.
But he put me in the hospital twice, both by accident.
Whoa.
And once, like, he wasn't actually trying to hurt me. But another time he was, but not that much. So, I mean, like, sibling rivalry. I
sure.
bet she was a little shit too. That's why it's like really easy to believe that she was like, haha, I have your pineapple, fucker. Like,
This is why I believe that Burke lost it, because Kyle
I've
would
never
do
had
shit like
sibling
that.
rivalry ever.
How
That's
Tally?
crazy to me.
Tally, let me
Like
ask you a
my
question.
siblings just
How much
babied
older
me.
are your siblings?
My oldest is 7 years older, and then the middle is 3 years older.
Yeah, I'm 18 months between me and my brother.
Yeah, same.
Right.
Me-
So
yeah, 18 months.
So I feel like 3 years though, but that's what Burke and JonBenet were is 3 years, and my kids are 3 years apart. They get along most of the time. It's not like me and my brother. We fucking fought a lot, so maybe more of a time gets you better get-alongs with your family. I don't know. What about you, Getsy?
My brother is a straight up hippie though, so he's not one
Of
to
course
be
he is.
compared.
Of course he is.
No, I don't have any crazy stories, but definitely, I mean, hearing that that Burke, I don't know, hit his sister with a golf club wasn't crazy to me. I was like, oh yeah, sounds like home.
Yeah. Okay. Well, do we have any like Burke thing to say before we start like riffing off on Burke, or should I just get it going?
even if Burke did do
we're
it,
here
the
now.
parents covered it up, so they're involved anyway. So I'm saying it's the father, and that's my take on it.
Well, your big argument's that he's not
Father
tall
did the
enough.
ultimate.
Yeah, it could be that he did it. But your argument's that Burke's not tall enough to choke her upwards. Well, he smoked her in the head. She was probably on the ground. So he probably got down.
But a child doesn't. If a child strikes someone on the head and another child falls over, they think she's dead. There's no reason to follow it up with "let me choke her." There is.
Here's a big reason why. I'm so hurt. You're in so much trouble, Burke. Can't wait to tell Mom you're going to trouble. Oh yeah, I'm gonna choke you out to shut you the fuck up, and then just choke until she doesn't move anymore.
But Christy's claim was that they believe she was unconscious after the strike to the head. So that to me thinks, if she's unconscious, there's no reason.
That is just what the ME thinks. That's not proven.
Yeah.
It's not proven.
Even
That's
if
what we all hope. Okay.
Yeah, I hope it too. But even if it's not, and she was unconscious, let's say, but she's rolling around like, and then he just thinks in his head, I'm going to get in so much trouble, whether she's unconscious or not. And then he does it then anyway, whether she was saying like, I'm going to tell on you, or she looks almost dead and panic mode sets in. It doesn't eliminate Burke from being able to do it in my book.
Mm.
And then Mom walks in.
Yeah,
what just
I
happened.
agree.
You know, then
A
that's
lack
the
of
reason to
impulse
protect.
control is a very, very dangerous thing.
Mm-hmm. And if you're you see your kid do something, you see your one kid dead, and your other kid's about to go to like juvie for the rest of their life, or an insane asylum, or whatever they would have done with a kid. You're gonna try and protect that one kid you have left, and maybe seclude them from the rest of the world, so you can at least have your kid. You know. I see that as better motivation than my husband.
And your reputation
did it,
too, because having a dead.
Yeah, keep going.
Sorry, I'm not doing it on purpose. I promise.
It's okay. Let's go. Keep going. It's fine.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's different. If you have one dead kid, you get sympathy. If you've got a still alive kid that killed your other kid, you get, oh my god, they must be terrible parents. Oh my god, like it's
For sure.
It's like a best of a
I
bad
think they're terrible
situation.
parents regardless. I just want to make that clear right now.
Yeah, but socialites
don't-
think being a bad parent is cool. So
that and like that nobody really knew they were bad parents until this. Everyone just thought like, oh, look at the beauty star and like look at Burke hanging out. Like no one knew what was going on behind closed doors, right?
No one knew they were bad parents until an ethical podcast. So thank you guys for really cracking that open for us.
we did it first.
Yeah, first person. Yeah, for sure. So then, and then the parents just get into scramble mode.
Is there anybody else on the?
No, we got to the. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah. Anyways, I was going to go through my whole theory. Parents go into scramble mode. Dad goes to work, try and figure out how to get out of town. Barrett puts the kid in the basement. Hopefully the cops will disappear. I can get rid of the body. This ransom note's going to go through. We're going to figure out something here. It's such a scramble, like hurry up, think of a way to get out of this mentality. The note, where it's placed, all the stuff. And they don't think like cops aren't going to leave until they find the kid, man. What are you thinking? But you don't think that at the time. And then Burke, stay in your room. Don't talk to anybody except for Mom and Dad. And if you do have to talk to mom and dad, it better be not about goddamn pineapple, because if it's about pineapple, we're all in shit. So yeah. I don't know. That's just my theory on the whole thing.
Yeah, I like it. I like the theory.
Yeah, like that makes me think. Like, I don't know how thoroughly this house was searched, prior to John himself finding his deceased child. But like now that you say that, what if they called the cops for a distraction so that Burke could carry the body to the basement?
Maybe.
Because they have like a back stairway.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Sure.
I'm thinking out loud. Well,
no, it's true. For sure.
We solved it.
All right, we're running low on Get's time here. I know he's gotta hit the old dusty trail pretty quick here. So are we?
What are you gonna do, Rick?
We got some more topics.
Barbecue.
I mean, I have to go drink more. To be perfectly honest.
I want to do that.
If that wasn't obvious.
Same.
I want to go back. I'm going to bed. Actually,
Stay up and drink. You can drink with us. You can drink with us, Christy.
I can't wait to drink with you. Be awesome. October.
Funnel beers.
No, I'm going to go stand out on my driveway very soon because it's Anzac Day here, and we are currently in lockdown. We got put in lockdown. Yeah.
What's Anzac Day? What does that mean?
Anzac Day.
Anzac Day. It's like Canada Day for Australia.
Okay, I'm being American, have no idea what the fuck Canada Day is.
Probably shouldn't have said Canada Day.
It's,
okay, 4th
like
of July. The only yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I got you. Yeah. Yeah. Freedom.
Memorial Day for our Memorial Day for our soldiers. Australian and New Zealand Army Corps.
Oh, then it's like Remembrance Day.
Yeah.
And Veterans Day. Okay.
Yeah.
And to talk about what Ben just put up, that's why I think they had everybody in there, is to contaminate the scene so nobody would know who did what. It's a way to cover it up, right?
Absolutely. That's why Patsy invited all their
They did a great job at covering this up because still unsolved, people.
No, we solved it. It was the father right here. I solved it.
It was the
I
whole
feel like
wacky bunch of Ramseys. Everybody was involved.
Yeah, I agree. Everyone was involved.
Now everyone gets handcuffs instead of tasers.
I feel like if this happened today, it wouldn't have gone unsolved like it did. It's just there's so much more forensic stuff now. It wouldn't have been the same. He just to get away with a murder, they were in the perfect time, right? Like now you'd be fucked. They'd beat your phone records.
They'd have a more if it happened today, they'd have a more intense what's the word? Digital footprint.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Phone call, like mobile phones and the internet and stuff. They probably would have searched how to hide a child's body.
However, there was a 3-page ransom note.
Yeah, which would have been typed out so you couldn't
all
track
linked to Patsy.
Yeah, exactly.
She would have put it on the computer. So.
Yeah. And probably saved it too. Because she's, the brightest bulb in the tanning bed.
Ransom note, draft 1.
Signed Patsy. No, wait. Delete. Do, and it says signed Patsy, and they're like, aha! I got you, you son of a bitch.
Oh, God. So
Can't you get prints from paper?
Yeah, of course.
Or no?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes, you can.
For sure. What else can we talk about with
no one
this?
said squawk about that.
Yeah, but it's very easy to explain away prints because the husband and the wife will obviously touch the paper. So
it's their house, yeah.
But that's the
Yeah.
question: is were they the only prints? Was there no other prints on it? If that's the case,
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
to
what I
me,
was
it's a
thinking.
pretty big indicator. But at the same
And like
time,
no
someone else
other
could
prints
say,
anywhere else.
yeah.
That's just crazy.
someone could say that the killer wore gloves or something else, or who knows. But
Carly says that there's a practice note found. Is that true? I never heard that part. I know that you guys said there was indents from a different note on top of the first page, right?
Yeah, I'm unsure.
I don't
about
know.
that.
It was a black magic marker that was used, so like a Sharpie.
Oh,
So I'm not sure
Yeah.
how that would like leave an indent, you
Yeah.
know? But maybe like bleeding through. I don't know.
Leave leaf.
Carly,
No.
I
Yeah.
have not through my research. No, there was no practice note.
no. Okay. It's a good
But I don't
question,
know. I didn't investigate this. I just researched it.
and on the next episode,
I don't know.
All
I
right.
wasn't
actually
there.
investigate this episode.
I think if we had have researched
Yeah.
this any more deeply, we would have gone a little bit nuts.
Yeah.
No, adequate.
Absolutely.
just
Well,
kidding.
you know what? I think
Papers fly
big
everywhere.
shout out to all 4 of you listeners who are here the whole
Yay.
time. We appreciate you. We appreciate your input. Carly, Ben, Facebook user who I'm pretty sure is my mom. Hi, Mom. Thanks so
Mom.
much for contributing. We
up,
really
Mom?
appreciate it. And we're coming up to 2 hours now, so unless anybody has something else they'd like to add,
No, what I want to
we
say,
can wrap it up
I
here.
want
We'll submit it. Case will be closed in approximately 3 business days, obviously.
Mhm.
yeah,
Solved
I
it.
want to say one thing.
Carly
That this
says
is
we
very.
solved it, so
Oh,
Yeah.
thanks, Carly. I say this is kind of like what our Patreon's like too, right?
Mm.
So if you guys ever want to go check out our Patreon, you get to see the 2 hour, 3 hour, 5 hour marathon recording sessions that we do. And this is kind of what it's like. And this will get, I don't know if
our
Celeste
Patreon
gonna-
is better than this.
yeah, for sure.
We're much
For
less
sure.
self-aware, I promise.
No, we're doing just
There's
fine.
so much lag happening, viewers. Just so you know what this is.
The audio
Yeah.
from the 911 call. Sure, let me pull it up, buddy. I got you.
All right, as you play this, I'm gonna hop off. Thanks for having me on. Go check out Drunk Splint if you want something that's not as sad as this.
Okay.
See you guys.
What was that? Not as
Alright.
good as this?
Peace out,
What was
Girl
that?
Scout.
Yeah, not as
Sad.
good as this. That's what I said.
Bye.
See ya.
La, 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 la.
Bye, dude.
Cutie boy.
Uh,
I love that kid.
He's a fun kid. All right. Well, you're gonna play that 911 call to play us out. Is that what
Okay,
we're
I
doing?
got it.
or- Nice.
Sounds good.
Sure, let's do it.
Okay, well, thanks for coming to watch, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah, it's been fun.
thanks, guys. Thanks for bearing with us.
Sorry for messing it up to make this happen. My bad. Love you.
I can do this. Here we go.
Well, it started out with me, so
All right, guys, please
crazy.
let this
Oh.
work. Please.
I'm interested to see if it works too. It's cool.
I can't wait to move on.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm excited for what we've got coming up.
Police, what's going on? 515th Street. What's going on there, ma'am? We have a kidnapping. Hurry, please. Explain to me what's going on, okay? There's a note left and our daughter's gone. A note was left and your daughter is gone? How old is your daughter? 6 years old. She's blonde. 6 years old. How long ago was this? I don't know. I just found the note. And my daughter's gone. Does it say who took her? What? Does it say who took her? I don't know. There's a ransom note here. It's a ransom note? It says FBTC. Victory. Please. Okay, what's your name? Are you Kathy Ramsey? I'm the mother. Oh my God! Please. I'm sending an officer over. Okay. Please. Do you know how long she's been gone? No, I don't. Please, we just got out and she's right here. Oh my God! Please. Okay. Please, somebody. I am, honey. Please. Take the deep breath. Please, okay? Hurry. Patsy.
The body. Yeah, a lot of offering information that wasn't asked for and hanging up before the call was over.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
And there's also
Quite a bit there.
There's also a little snippet. The 911 caller said that she stayed on the line and she could hear people talking in the background. And someone says, "What did you find?" I can't remember the exact, but apparently there's like, you hear Patsy say something, then an older man's voice, and then a younger male's voice, talking about, "What did you find? What are we going to, well, I've called the police, now what?" Some stuff like that. So I haven't actually heard that. I've just read it quite a lot. So apparently there was a little bit more.
I'll see if I can find it and add the cut to our drop.
Yep.
I'll look for it.
Awesome.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Well,
crazy.
this has been
all right,
so
y'all.
fun. I love this.
That was fun.
Yeah, this was a good time.
Yeah.
Thanks for your patience while we're figuring things out. I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. And we will be dropping the episode that we've done here, edited, crisp, later today. And you can check it out again in case you were busy. You can tell your peeps that if your comments were featured.
I apologize if my audio is a bit crappy because my computer decided not to play the game, so I'm on my iPad without a mic and headphones. So I'm sorry if it causes you so much stress, Celeste.
You know what?
Ain't no
I'm a trooper. I can do this. I can work with it. I got this.
And you. For the
all right, guys. I love you. Love you all.
For the 4 people that are watching and everyone else, make sure you keep listening because we have got some awesomely cool stuff coming up. I'm very, very excited. So excited.
We do. Keep an eye out for some announcements. And we'll be back to our regular format for next week. We've got some very interesting episodes coming out, and we've got a very special guest, perhaps. I guess we'll have to check it out and see. Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Love you guys.
Love you.